the situation that you're in now, you helped create that. I mean, this was a lot of you. You didn't have anything to fall back on. You were not a trust fund baby. You didn't have contacts. You didn't know people in the business. You were not a child of one of the people in the business, which happens quite often. And yet, you persevered, you got there, and you are in those spaces now. I do have a question, since it is the observation of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Are you living the dream, the one that he envisioned?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm so grateful for MLK and the dream that he had. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to see his dream, but we get to reap the benefits of his dream. And, a lot of times in my waking life, I always ask myself, the people who laid down their lives before us, if they were to see me today and see how I'm living, would they be proud of me? Would they be like, damn, I died for no reason? Or they would be like, wow, like this young man right here is like, I passed the baton to him and he's really doing the best that he can with what we died for. So I'm definitely living his dream.
That can be heavy, though, can it?
Yeah.
Because the expectation for yourself is really, really high. You said something to me that I thought was really interesting, because when you're in these spaces, you're acting, you're now doing comedy, which is really, really, really hard. Did y'all know that? Yeah, of course you did. I was late. I just love that. Which is extremely hard, and you know how we can be. We will boo you off stage and talk later. But you're trying different things. You're succeeding at all these different genres. Do you feel settled in that, or do you feel like you're always chasing the tiger, that you're always sort of trying to get to that next level? Because that can be really stressful.
Absolutely. I think that the end goal is autonomy, and I think when you start cutting your own checks, then that's when you kind of feel some level of, peace, but then you gotta, maintain that. But it is a lot of pressure. But, I'm a firm believer in God, so I definitely cast all my worries on the God. And so that helps to alleviate some of the sufferings and the burden. But I do feel that I do got to keep grinding and keep hustling, just so, when I have kids, I'm able to provide for all of them. But, the stress is limited because my antidepressant is God. So therefore, it makes it, appreciate that. It makes it kind of just, smoother for me.
Did you hear what my antidepressant is God? Wow. Right, I heard some snaps back there. Okay, I heard quite that. Okay. But you have talked about this brother does all these things in the entertainment world, which can be a very confusing place, right?
Very.
Yeah. But you also talk about something that is deeply, deeply, deeply serious, and a problem that is across all genres of human beings. Doesn't matter your color, your creed, how rich or poor you are. You talk about mental health, and you specifically talk about it in the realm of Black men in this country who are expected to be tough all the time, to never fall down, to never show weakness. Why are you doing that?
I'm doing that because I realized I was afforded a certain level of knowledge and access to real education. I mean, not to try to put shame on any other education system out there, but I was Warren Buffett, he beautifully stated that formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. And I don't think it's just in financial terms, but I just think it's with peace within yourself. I want a fortune of peace. I think to be able to live and say, I have a lot of peace, it's a hell of a blessing. And I realized that being in this position, I felt obliged to go back to my community and really try to educate them properly. Because when I was talking to the student group, I don't know, some of you guys were probably just in the group that I was just talking to, so I'm probably gonna bore you to death and you're gonna rehear what you just heard. But that's because you guys aren't supposed to be here. But it's like, when you start realizing, there's certain scary statistics, I read this once that they build prisons based off third grade reading scores. because they understand that it's just like, if you can't properly articulate yourself and read and critically think at that level, it's like by the time little Jamal that's struggling in third grade becomes 18 years old, if somebody says something wrong to Jamal, because his neocortex is not really developed, this guy is he's gonna be aggressive. He's gonna be an animal. He's gonna fight you, you know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna shoot you, he's probably gonna do something like that, because certain skills, certain emotional intelligence has not been taught to him so early on in his life. And then he's gonna live his entire life feeling like he's stupid, and it's not the case, he just wasn't taught properly. And then they're like, yo, we gotta build prison systems off that. When you start realizing that certain things, because the first 5 years of a child's life, they say that it's like one of the most impressionable years of their lives. And the amount of garbage that we're taking in is scary. And that's the garbage that's just grows in you and stick with you as an adult for the rest of your life.